Caitlin Clark just did something that no athlete has done since Michael Jordan.
After Michael Jordan revolutionized basketball, Caitlin Clark is now causing a stir among WNBA veterans with her groundbreaking Wilson contract. Thousands of her signature basketballs sold out in only 40 minutes, demonstrating her enormous popularity. In addition to doubling attendance numbers as a rookie, Clark is shattering an astounding 62 records. On the court, several seasoned players seem to be jealous of her. He supports a comparison to Jordan, acknowledging her enormous impact on women's basketball and the sports world at large.
No one ever said there weren't ever great players before Caitlin Clark. There was never phenomenons, not in my lifetime, with women's basketball. And I went to UConn, so I've seen plenty of great players, but nobody's ever moved the needle in my lifetime.
In the same way that Jordan transformed the NBA in the 1980s, Clark is now reinventing the WNBA. Her outstanding accomplishments are changing the conventional dynamics and placing veterans under pressure to perform at a level they have never seen before. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 83% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So, did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video.
Unveiled Caitlin Clark's signature basketball, making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball.
In fact, fans camped out for days when Michael Jordan unveiled a product. In women's basketball, Caitlin Clark has now accomplished something unheard of. She has attained a comparable degree of market-shifting power. Since no female athlete since Jordan has released a personal signature basketball line, her collaboration with Wilson is a historic occasion. This is a startling discovery. Veterans of the WNBA are feeling conflicted about this incredible journey. Once skeptical of Clark's abilities during her transition from college, Sheryl Swoopes is now compelled to acknowledge Clark's remarkable business influence. As Clark's name becomes more popular in marketing conversations alongside Jordan's, appending the established hierarchy in women's basketball, the environment is heated.
Is the first ever female athlete to have her own collection with Wilson, but just a heads up though, the entire collection on the Wilson website is sold out.
Wilson greatly underestimated demand for the signature basketballs, which made the deal's extraordinary impact clear. In under 40 minutes, thousands of basketballs sold out, surpassing the speed of major game systems like the PS5. This purchasing frenzy, which extends well beyond a typical basketball audience and creates financial waves in women's sports marketing, demonstrates Clark's cultural significance. The enthusiasm is similar to what happened during the Jordan era, inspiring supporters who enthusiastically open their wallets at previously unheard of rates. Clark has transformed the financial landscape of women's basketball. The commercial reaction demonstrates that Clark has become a mainstream success, something that many veterans have tried to achieve for years without much success.
The designs are part of the Inspire series that Clark is doing in partnership with Wilson Sporting Goods. The tribute ball pays homage to Clark's time with the Iowa women's basketball team, and the Dreamer Ball is designed to encourage athletes to pursue their dreams. Both are available in sizes 3 and 6 at select.
With each basketball symbolizing a distinct idea, the collection itself tells an engrossing story about Clark's unique style of play. Her exceptional shooting range is highlighted by the threes-up basketball, which forces opponents to guard her from half court. Meanwhile, the record breaker basketball showcases her dominance in the record books. Every carefully considered design element connects to unique aspects of Clark's game that are revolutionizing women's basketball, creating a product line that feels authentic rather than just marketing. The Crowd Maestro basketball perfectly captures Clark's intangible influence, her ability to turn any arena into an electric atmosphere. The crowd's excitement grows, and the mood drastically changes as she steps onto the court. Fans who were once uninterested in women's basketball now become invested in every play. It is this magnetic presence that sets transcendent athletes apart from simply outstanding athletes.
Not mess around with these basketballs. Geometric patterns form the number 22 in triangles whose 3 sides nod to threes that fuel her scoring, and then the black and yellow is a nod to the colorways of the
The contradiction inside the league is highlighted by this remarkable market reaction, since veterans have spent years developing mass appeal, yet have not achieved comparable economic success. On the other hand, throughout the course of her career, Clark has swiftly accomplished what many others could not. It signifies Clark's transition from athlete to cultural icon when basketballs sell out more quickly than the newest technological advancements.
Incredible. Congratulations to her and her family. Yeah. Like the crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal. I'm going to go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever. Ever? Well,
Clark is more than just another talented rookie. As the Wilson trade demonstrates in women's basketball, she is a revolutionary force. Even before her debut season is up, her commercial effect is shown by measurable sales figures that place her with the greatest icons in the sport. This change significantly modifies ideas about what is possible for female basketball players in the workforce.
You take into stock the fact that outside of Kevin Durant, aging superstar, LeBron James, 40 years old, and Steph Curry, there's not a single NBA player more popular today than Caitlin Clark.
How the league will adapt to this new reality is now the key issue. While some seasoned players may find Clark's quick ascent to marketing prominence intimidating, forward-thinking players see a great opportunity. By garnering a lot of attention to the WNBA and drawing sponsorship money that can help all players in the commercial landscape of women's basketball, Clark is elevating the league's overall reputation. Her outstanding accomplishments set an example for others and may change the perception of female athletes in the marketplace.
Caitlin Clark is the 4th most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world.
Clark made a marketing decision that originally perplexed industry analysts, but eventually demonstrated her acumen as she continues to raise the whole WNBA. Putting signature basketballs next to the milk and eggs is a great approach to connect with Middle America. This innovative approach is changing the way female athletes foster cultural influence. The neighborhood grocery shop usually does not spring to mind when we think about collaborations for celebrity sportsmen. Instead, premium companies' high-end sportswear or energy drinks do. Nevertheless, Caitlin Clark made the decision to establish herself in the aisles of upscale supermarkets throughout the Midwest. This tactical creativity explains why Clark is performing at a level that is entirely unmatched by anybody else in women's basketball.
Very, very cool. Big deal. Good job, Wilson. You know, they probably went and put this together. I mean, maybe Hy-Vee contacted Caitlin Clark first, but, you know, this is probably the type of thing Wilson is trying to.
Imagine parents lugging their carts through busy aisles as fluorescent lights buzz over the usual beeping of checkout scanners. Then Caitlin Clark's distinctive basketball sticks out conspicuously amid the dairy aisle and household basics. This is not only a haphazard arrangement. It symbolizes returning home. Clark chose a typical environment where Midwestern families spend their weekends, while top sportsmen often choose exclusive shops and department stores.
Here, they just had this go, and this is the Hy-Vee Instagram account. Again, Wilson, Caitlin Clark, really smart, very cool video, lots of smiling faces.
Think about this. The typical American goes to the grocery shop 1.6 times a week. You just cannot have that kind of interaction with a billboard or an ad that people could overlook. Customers think about Caitlin Clark every time they go down the aisle. It is interesting to see that several WNBA veterans still have trouble understanding this tactic. They have been so preoccupied with being acknowledged as serious athletes that they have forgotten what Clark knew from the start. Connecting with regular people in the places they visit is essential to becoming a cultural icon. Her goods end up right in middle American shopping baskets, thanks to the Hy-Vee collaboration. It conveys a more significant message. One of you is me. Clark makes a name for herself as a local hero who is permanently changing the game of basketball.
I've said it a million times. It's not breaking news. It's not brand new, but I really do believe Caitlin Clark is the next face of basketball. You know, they've been searching for that in the NBA. Who's the next face of the NBA? It's been LeBron and Steph carrying the torch. I think the next face of basketball, period, is Caitlin.
Observe the reaction as Caitlin Clark steps onto the court. There's no denying the numbers. An average of 1.18 million people watch WNBA games when she plays, which is 3 times the league average. Women's basketball is gaining a whole new audience because of Clark. Even your father, who has never seen a WNBA game, is now inquiring as to when the Fever will next play. She is stunning both on and off the court. The figures show how remarkable what we're seeing is. Like Michael Jordan, Caitlin Clark is one of the few rookies in history to accomplish outstanding postseason numbers. More than 18 points, 8.5 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 block, and 2 steals per game. Since day one, she has been walking alongside the greatest of all time. This is not only about selling basketballs. What Jordan accomplished for men's basketball, Clark is doing for women's basketball. She is going beyond the actual sport. That difference is essential to her long-term influence as a basketball player and cultural phenomenon.
Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge, international names. 2 of them being Messi and Ronaldo.
Clark is creating a brand new playbook, while some veterans are forced to use an antiquated one. While Clark is busy building her own platform and inviting everyone to participate, they are still pursuing conventional sports marketing opportunities. What is also amazing is how she maintains her authenticity throughout her collaboration with a supermarket chain in the Midwest, which is exactly in line with her heritage and personal brand. The outcomes speak for themselves, and she is completely embracing her identity.
Of some players being jealous? Yes, that probably exists.
Okay.
To me, yeah, jealous, sure. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody that got $28 million a shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you step foot in?
Even though Clark interacts with regular Americans at grocery stores, the division she has inadvertently caused inside the WNBA is anything but typical. There is more to the striking disparity between her $76,000 league salary and an estimated $11 million in sponsorships than meets the eye. It is now the center of a rivalry that might overshadow the actual game. Veteran players have responded to this money gap on the court by playing aggressively and perhaps sending a statement rather than just trying to win. Have you seen how certain veterans defend Clark in different ways? It is not only in your head. Intense double teams and increased contact are not just tactical, but also personal. A rookie now commands the attention and praise that players who have spent years cultivating the league's reputation have worked so hard to earn. Can you really blame them? Imagine working tirelessly for 10 years to build the league, only to see someone else quickly take center stage.
So long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of playing the game, they gotta be drama. Because they're jealous. Instead of letting their skills speak for themselves,